Did you know that Warren Buffett bought his first stock at the age of 11, and by the time he was 30, he was a millionaire? Now, you might not be Warren Buffett, but knowing when to start planning for retirement could make the difference between living comfortably or scrambling to catch up. So, how do you know when it's time to get serious about retirement? Stay tuned, because I'm going to break down Buffett's wisdom and help you make the right call before it's too late. Hey there! Finance for Earn is your go-to for all things financial freedom. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you for being part of this amazing community. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that might seem far away for some, but trust me, the earlier you start, the better: retirement planning. Whether you're 25 or 55, you'll walk away from this video knowing exactly when you should begin planning for your retirement, and why waiting could be the biggest mistake of your life. And who better to guide us than one of the world's most successful investors, Warren Buffett? Let's get started. 1. Warren Buffett's Golden Rule: start as early as possible. Let's start with Buffett's #1 rule for retirement planning: the earlier, the better. I know, you've probably heard this before, but let me break down why it's such a game changer. Warren Buffett himself famously started investing at 11 years old. And while that's extreme, the principle is the same whether you're 11, 25, or 40. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. It's called compound interest, and it's your best friend when it comes to retirement. Picture it like a snowball rolling down a hill, getting bigger and bigger over time. Every dollar you invest early on grows not only from your contributions but also from the interest it earns, and then from the interest on that interest. This is how Buffett built his wealth, and it's how you can build yours. So, the first sign that it's time to start planning for retirement is simple: now. The earlier you start, the easier it is. Don't wait until you have enough money. Start with what you have, even if it's small. 2. The mid-career check-in: don't let lifestyle creep eat your future. Now, let's talk to those of you who are mid-career, maybe in your 30s or 40s, and you're wondering if you've missed the boat. Here's the good news: it's never too late to start planning for retirement, but the key is to avoid what Buffett calls lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep is when your expenses grow with your income. You get a raise, and suddenly, you're upgrading your car, buying a bigger house, or splurging on things you didn't really need before. It's easy to get caught up in this because, hey, you're earning more. But here's the thing: Warren Buffett still lives in the same modest house he bought in 1958, even though he's worth over $100 billion. Why? Because he understands that spending more doesn't make you richer, investing more does. So, if you're noticing that your income is going up but your savings aren't, that's a huge red flag that it's time to start planning for retirement. Start by setting a percentage of your income to go directly into a retirement fund before you even see it in your bank account. Automate the process so lifestyle creep doesn't sneak in. 3. The pre-retirement panic: assessing your goals and timeline. You're getting closer to retirement. Maybe you're in your 50s or early 60s, and suddenly it hits you: have I saved enough? What if I run out of money? This feeling of panic is normal, but the good news is that you still have time to take control of the situation. The key here is to assess your goals and establish a timeline. Let me explain how. Step 1. Set clear retirement goals. First things first, define what your retirement looks like. Do you want to travel the world? Maintain your current lifestyle? Maybe you're thinking of downsizing to a smaller home or moving to a location with a lower cost of living. These decisions are critical because they directly affect how much money you'll need. For example, if you plan to retire in a big city where the cost of living is high, you'll need more savings compared to someone planning to move to a quiet, low-cost area. So, ask yourself, what will my life look like in retirement? Then, estimate the financial requirements for that lifestyle. Take the time to write these goals down. Clarity is key when it comes to financial planning. Step 2. Create a retirement timeline. Next, it's time to create a retirement timeline. This is where you map out how many years you have left until you plan to retire, and calculate how much you'll need to save in that time frame. Let's say you're 55 years old and you want to retire at 65. That gives you 10 years. This timeline gives you a sense of urgency but also helps you stay focused. From here, start by determining how much you currently have saved and compare that to how much you'll need. For example, if your goal is to retire with $1 million saved and you currently have $400,000, That means you need to save $600,000 in 10 years. Break this down further. That's $60,000 per year, or $5,000 per month. You'll need to assess if this is achievable with your current income and expenses, or if adjustments are needed. Step 3. Prioritize saving and adjust your spending. If the numbers seem overwhelming, don't panic. There are ways to close the gap, but it's going to require some adjustments. Start by maximizing your retirement contributions, like to your 401k, IRA, or any other retirement accounts you may have. The closer you get to retirement, the more critical it is to prioritize these savings. You might also need to adjust your spending habits. Look for areas where you can cut back. Maybe it's downsizing your home, cutting discretionary spending, or finding ways to generate additional income in the short term, such as side gigs or consulting. Think of this as the final push. By focusing on your savings, cutting unnecessary expenses, and possibly even delaying retirement by a couple of years, you can significantly impact the amount of money you'll have to live on in your golden years. Okay, now I want to hear from you. How early did you start thinking about retirement? Are you already saving, or is this video your wake-up call? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're there, don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful. It really helps the channel out. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button to join our community of people who are taking control of their financial future. And remember, whether you're 25 or 65, the best time to start planning for retirement is right now. See you in the next video.